Coach, just to, kind of Paige's opening soliloquy there at the beginning, to hear a player kind of talk about a season that's been challenging in that way, to think about the future, to be so locked in, and to have a team that seems to be so behind you in this franchise. What does that mean to you? What kind of confidence does it give to you going into the offseason?
Yeah, all sorts of it. Just incredible when that's your leader. Just so on point with it, and she leads by example, right? You want that. She is the example with how she shows up, not only the words she speaks, but in her behaviors, in her actions, day in and day out. So to have P in that locker room, and then with everyone in that locker room around her, the bonds that they have built, and just the consistency in how they've shown up and poured into one another, just gives me incredible confidence going forward that, the foundation is, again, sure, say what you want about the wins and the losses and the outcomes, but there's a very strong and positive bond in that locker room amongst a core of very young and talented athletes that will be here in Dallas for a long time.
Hey, so obviously this win broke a 10-game losing streak. What lessons do you think the team learned over the course of that losing streak that helped them win this game here tonight?
Yeah, lots of close games in that stretch. Just could never really get to the finish line. Was excited at home that we threw punches, and then when you play behind a crowd like we had tonight, just incredibly grateful for this fan base and their support year in, the entire year, just continuing to show up for these incredible athletes. So it helps when you've got the crowd behind. That second quarter, I felt it. It got loud. It got loud in there when we went on that run to end the half, and you go up 10, and that was still against their starters really before they really benched and rested them in the second half. So leaning on your crowd's energy, but then ultimately just playing with nothing to lose and playing like this was the last game of the year, like we just had an extra effort and desire about us.
Paige talked about this being like a complete team performance. Just what overall were the things you liked about the execution today?
Yeah. I thought, again, the bench was incredible right off the bat, right? I thought Amy and Isaiah really sparked us off the bench. Zach kept our pace up when Grace went to the bench. Amy throws in some threes, but she was so active on the defensive end, which I don't know if everyone will notice. Like, just all sorts of deflection steals there. And defense was creating offense for us. So I like a lot that we did there. And then big guards right here, right? The two of them, almost 10 rebounds each. So team effort on the boards. We talked about keeping them under 10. We wanted to keep them under 10 fast break points, 10 second chance points, and then 10 threes. We met 2 of those 3 goals. So proud of a lot that we did on the floor. Some slippage, of course. You're never going to be perfect. But, again, I'm excited about this group as we continue to grow into the future.
Coach, I know you've been under a lot of pressure this year. It's been a lot, up and down, up and down. How will you personally take time to exhale and decompress and think about the season? What will you do to kind of assess what happened this year?
Yeah, that process is it's ongoing, right? Throughout the course of this year, trying to find moments to step away and hold perspective and not get wrapped up in the day-to-day because it can get overwhelming. You got to lean on your support system, have fantastic support from the front office, from ownership, from our assistant coaches, and so you lean on that support to help you to navigate all of these experiences and interactions and conversations that I'm going through for the first time. And so there's a balance of humility and vulnerability while also maintaining a confidence level to be able to show up for them, and so that they can feel that confidence and you can transfer that confidence and belief. So I wasn't perfect all year, but I tried to do my best to remain consistent in how I showed up for this group, and I'm excited about now getting a chance to reflect even more, and with having some consistency for year 2, we're starting at a different place, and so there's so much from this, right? We're taking so much learning from this year that's only going to propel us here going forward. So incredibly grateful for all of the experiences this year.
Just expand on the defensive play of the team throughout the game because, of course, like you said, they had their starters in the beginning, but for them to just expand that lead to 20 in that second half, just talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, turned them over 18 times for 21 points, had 11 steals, so those live ball turnovers get us out and running in the open floor. And then when we can get out and run and play in the open floor, it's fun to watch. And I thought we were too unselfish at times, but the ball was snapping all the way around, right? And so everyone was sprinting the floor, establishing good space. But defense creates offense, and that's an identity that we want to continue to build. So just proud of our fight and our effort tonight.
Paige had mentioned that she wished she could tell everybody stories. I'm just wondering what stories from this season stuck out to you.
Yeah, just so many. Too many to really, I don't want to leave any out. But ultimately, when we look back on this, people will look back, and they'll see 10 and 34, and they'll say, yikes. But we'll look back and we'll say, damn, like we stayed together, we poured into each other, we showed up, we continued to learn and continued to get better each and every day. We showed up for one another. We did not let outside noise fracture us in that locker room. We stayed together. We built a strong foundation and a bond that is only going to propel us in the future. So that's the story, and that's credit to our players in that locker room for their belief in one another, in our staff, and just their actions, their intentions, their choice to not allow the frustrations, the emotions impact their actions and their behaviors. So that takes an incredible amount of mental toughness and mental fortitude. And so I'm just really happy that this group is coming into next year with all of that armor and experience to be able to get us off to a fast start next year.
You talked about the second quarter flare that got the crowd so electric. Can you just talk about what it's been like to watch Paige have this season and what she's meant to the team so far over the year?
Yeah, just grateful for the opportunity to work alongside her and partner with her and collaborate and coach her and challenge her, all of it. But it's fun when you get to work with a talent like that who not only she's just so special and so unique in her level of care for everybody in that locker room, as you all know already, but further exemplified in her opening statement to you all. Just, it's not about her. And there were storylines down at the end of that game. It's not about her. She doesn't care about the stats, the records. She cares about her teammates. She cares about winning. She cares about doing it the right way. And when you have somebody like that who is so genuine and authentic in that, it's just contagious, and couldn't be more proud to be able to coach her.
Good day, Andrew on the Zoom.
Thanks once again, Pam. Appreciate you all season. Coach, just want to ask you to see Amy Okonkwo, as Paige mentioned, that special hardship player, to see her have a career high tonight to close the season. Just talk about her contribution in such a unique situation, and if you plan to take a little bit of a break before you hit the ground running to evaluate players.
Just so happy for Amy. She came in and was just fearless right from the get. So just credit to Amy for how she showed up, and when her opportunities came, how she took advantage of them. Just fearless. Let that thing fly, confident from behind the arc. Now you got to go guard her out there, and you saw her ability to take you off the bounce and finish around the rim. And again, was just really proud of her defensive effort today. I thought she was all over the place, getting all sorts of deflections. And so, she lives down the road, played here at TCU. The crowd just what an awesome experience for Amy to be able to do that in front of a hometown crowd.
Rob on the Zoom.
Rob Tianson, the podium finish. Coach, thank you for your insights and honesty all season long. It's much appreciated. We've seen Paige close out her rookie season with such strong performances that highlight her growth and leadership. So I'm kind of wondering from your perspective, what stood out to you about her impact on the Wings this year, and what's a moment that stands out to you that will make you proud moving forward?
Yeah, again, I think it's that entire locker room navigating new roles across the board through all the adversity, and for P, just really stepping into a leadership role as a rookie and leaning into that discomfort and remaining true to herself. So that's what I'll take away is just, to lean into discomfort, to be able to be what the team needs you to be and give what they need you to give, while still remaining true and authentic to who you are and what makes you tick. And that's not easy to do. And so just, again, credit to our players, credit to P, credit to the work that they do, not only on the floor but off the floor, to continue to build and just value that team chemistry and the leadership and the mental side of the game and the mental work that you all don't see, that they really bought into it, and we're all you see it in the camaraderie, in the interactions here, whether it's in the press conference or you see this team is connected, and that's credit to them for the work that they put into it.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you all for